That's some good water. Oh no.
I don't feel so good.
Shigella is a bacterial disease that causes severe diarrhea. This disease is commonly known as bacillary dysentery. It is caused by the microbe genus Shigella. Only a small sample of Shigella is required in order for a person to inherit the infection and become ill. In most cases, people ingest Shigella through infected food or water. In this case, the two were infected through contaminated water. The bacteria travels through the digestive tract, and once it has reached the small intestine is when the bacteria really begins to multiply. After a huge number of the Shigella bacteria have proliferated in the small intestine, they travel to the large intestine, or the colon. This is where they do most of their work.
The Shigella bacteria travels to the microfold, or M cells, that are located on the Peyer's patches of the large intestinal wall. As we know, the Peyer's patches are part of the body's lymphatic system and are what assist with our body's immunity. These M cells are located between epithelial cells and spread throughout the gastrointestinal tract. Epithelial cells have microvilli on their surface that protrude out of the cells and help with the cell's absorption and secretion. On the other hand, M cells have microfolds which allow for them to take up antigens and transport them. Unfortunately, these microfolds also make it easier for bacteria, such as Shigella, to come invade the cell. The Shigella bacteria travels to the large intestine and comes in contact with these M cells. Once inside the M cell, the macrophages attempt to phagocytize the bacteria, but the bacteria is able to escape the phagocyte before it fuses with a lysosome. The invasion causes the cytokine IL-1 to release, which then causes many polymorphonuclear leukocytes, or PMN, to release within the cell as well. At the same time, the Shigella bacteria uses actin to propel themselves across the cell, helping them move and multiply faster. The macrophages die off due to the infection, while the PMN leukocytes cause disruption between the cell's tight junctions. Unintentionally, the PNNs help the bacteria by creating bridges between the junctions. This allows the Shigella to invade the neighboring epithelial cells. The bacteria ends up destroying the intestinal wall. The bacteria forms a mucosal abscess and destroys the intestinal wall.
Symptoms usually last between 4 to 7 days and is most commonly occurring in children under the age of 5. Here in the United States, shigellosis is much more mild than in developing countries. In some developing countries, the disease can have a death rate as high as 20%. The best prevention of shigellosis is to drink clean water, rinse your produce, wash your hands, and don't eat where you poop. Most cases of shigellosis do not require treatment except staying hydrated. But in very extreme cases, the best treatment includes antibiotics such as ampicillin, trimethoprim, and ciprofloxacin. Goblet cells within the gastrointestinal tract secrete mucus as a defense mechanism to push the bacteria out through a person's stool, which is what actually causes the bloody mucosal dysentery. Dysentery, as well as fever, nausea, and abdominal cramps, make up the symptoms of shigellosis.